You said that the mini league among the leading clubs might be the decisive factor come the end of the season, but equally, if there's a banana skin or a random result against a lower side, that can have an impact as well, can't it?
Yeah, of course. We spoke about it, and we know that you can't take anyone lightly, and that every game is massively important because if we have a slip up against any team, not just a lower team, but against any team, then it gives the teams below us a chance to make ground on us. So we understand that mini league, as the gaffer speaks about, how important that is to be at the top of that. But there's no point in winning that league and then failing against the so-called lesser teams. So we've obviously suffered defeat against Altrincham once this season, and we want to make sure that's not twice, so we can keep up the pressure on the teams below us, and make sure we can go into the Christmas period on a high.
Was the feeling in that Altrincham game that there was a goal in their side, but they tend to give you a chance because of the way they defend?
Yeah. Every team got a threat. It's not a case of that you go into any team thinking, well, they're not going to score, so we might as well go and fill their boots. You've got to earn that right, and sometimes we've taken longer to get that goal and other times we scored quite early. But that we won't be taking them lightly. We obviously we know from what happened last time that we felt on the day that we probably weren't 100% at it, but when we got the goal to go 1-1, me personally, I smelt blood. I was like, right, we can go on and win this. Maybe we've learned from that we sort of went, right, let's go, let's press them, and we didn't really close the back door, which was frustrating because they went on the breakaway and on the counter attack and caught us napping really. So we'll make sure that we don't do that again. Won't underestimate them, and if we play our game, then I'm quite confident that we can get the result we want.
So interesting, in matches since then, Eastleigh and Forest Green in particular, I'm thinking, you get to the last 10 minutes at 1-1. Have you been quite happy to kind of see those games out and take the draw?
You've got to take each game on its merit. Playing against Eastleigh was a different story. They were probably looking the more dangerous side, and it was a case of, well, we don't want to lose the game. We'd rather take a draw, and a draw against there might not be a bad result. As much as you want to win every game, you've also got to be mindful that sometimes a point is better than none. And on the way we were playing against Eastleigh, we weren't playing great. They were looking like scoring, so I think a point we were probably more happy with. The Forest Green game, when you take that into consideration, where we were in the league compared to them, a point was better for us than it was for them. It kept us top, kept them down there. So you've got to take each game on its merit, and and going into Saturday, we're definitely looking for the 3 points. It's not a case that we're going there we're going to let them come here and take points off us because they've already done that this season. So it's like I say, realising the situation and how things are happening in that game as to when you can go and push on. I think the right decision at Altrincham was to go and push on and try and get the winner, but there's got to be a sort of also a bit of cautiousness. You can't just throw everything into the wind. You've got to be a little bit more cautious that you make sure you secure first, but with an intent to score.
Just thinking about the squad at the minute, have the loan signings, Novakovic and Jennings in particular, given everybody a bit of a pep at a time when you've played a lot of games in quite a short space of time, and it just freshens the squad up a little bit?
They've had a good impact, definitely. I think when you're doing well and when you're winning and when you're top of the league, you don't tend to feel the bumps and bruises and the knocks as much as what you would if you were down the bottom. You tend to feel a lot fresher, a lot happier, a lot smilier because things are going so well. So I do think we needed maybe a little bit of freshening, but what they've done is they've come in and they've fitted in like they've been here all season, which is hard to do at times. So you've got to give them credit, and they've slotted in really well. They've made impacts. Like Geno's had a couple of assists. He's played really well in the games. When Andre's come onto the pitch, and when he started the week, he's looked really good, really lively. We needed a big performance for him at Aldershot at half time. He come on, and I thought he done really well for his first game. So, they've slotted in really well. Like I say, maybe freshened us up a little bit. Not that we massively needed freshening up, but it gives us other options, give the manager other options, and maybe just keeps one or two people on their toes to keep performing. So everyone's playing at their best.
Does it feel as if this next fortnight is quite a big period, and this is the start of it, Alty?
This is the start of a massive 10 games, I feel. But these next 4 are really important. There's a chance for us to really kick on. The manager spoke about that, about us not resting on our laurels, I suppose, and making sure that we really push on now. And we've got a great chance with the teams that we're playing, not to disrespect them in any way, but for great opportunities to get 4 wins. And maybe put a little bit of daylight between us and the chasing pack. So massive 4 games, but I feel, like I say, is a really big 10 games for us. If we can have a really good 10 games, then it can really set us up for a good run in.
You like your cricket. It's like a third ever test match, isn't it? When you're sort of setting up the final result in many ways, you can sort of pound the opposition into a bit of submission. Yeah,
as long as you've got 500, 600 on the board and they're 6 down, then exactly. It's I wouldn't say it's the run in yet. I think and maybe not. Maybe sort of after tea on the second day, maybe. But we've still got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of games to be played. We're just got to make sure that we, keep that pressure on and keep that performance high and our levels high, not just in games but in training and in everything we do, which we have done all season. Training's been spot on from the boys. Everyone's trying to impress to get in the team if you're not in the team, and trying to make sure you stay in the team, and that's important. And we've done that so far, and it's a case of now not taking our foot off the gas. And I say there's 4 really important games coming up, so we can just, like I've said, just push on and keep them performances high. Then we can set ourselves up. Let's say between now and January, or end of January, if we do really well, then we can push on then, and February, March will be hopefully the celebratory months.
The final day, the bowling the final day.
Exactly.
On Rob, obviously, I think you were first on the scene last week when it happened. That's just a horrible example of the highs and lows of football in about a 5-minute period, isn't it?
Yeah, it was one of his better games for us. Dicko, he was very good on the day. It was centre half scoring 3 goals. It's not often. I've never done that, that's for sure, and I've been playing a lot longer than him. So it was a really nice day for him. But obviously the injuries sort of put a dampener on things a little bit for him. Not sure the extent. I think he's got 1 or 2. I think he's got a scan maybe today. So we should know the extent of the damage more tomorrow. And then we can go from there. I don't think it's going to be massively long term, so we will see him again this year, which is great. Well, not this year, this season. Sorry. So, which is great for us. And hopefully it's not too bad. And when he comes back in, he'll just slot back in as normal, because he's been really good since he's been here. Obviously, scoring his debut made a great impact, and then he's not really looked back since. So. Yeah, he'll be missed. We've got capable players to fill in for him until he's fit and ready to come back. But yeah, it's a shame to have him missing, but give somebody else that opportunity now. So we've got that competition amongst the squad. So whoever comes in now will be ready to fill the void, hopefully.
You can move ahead of him on the goal scoring stakes as well, because he's caught up with you now.
Yes, exactly. I'm due one now, so yeah, it's I like to chip in and help out with the boys because if everyone's scoring, then it takes a little bit of pressure off the front lads. So like I say, I'm due one now, and Pelly keeps going on about he's one ahead of me now because the other day we're driving and he's like, how many you got down? So I'm like, I've got 5, and he's like, I'm only on 3. He's gone and got 3 and 3, I think, didn't he? So
you want to start taking free kicks?
Yeah, I might have to pull him off. No, free kicks. I'll end up hurting someone in the rose head, so I don't want to do that. So no, I'm happy as long as the lads are performing and doing well. And like I say, I'm due a goal though. So
excellent.
Right then.